I've noticed something interesting when homeschool moms plan a Greece trip. Most of the stress doesn't come from Greece itself. It comes from a few planning mistakes that seem smart at the time, but quietly drain energy once the trip starts. So today I want to walk you through the most common Greece planning mistakes I see and how to avoid them. Hi, I'm Latoya, your homeschool and world school trip scout, helping families plan intentional travel that turns real-life experiences into meaningful learning. Mistake number one is overplanning the itinerary. The first mistake is overplanning, trying to make the most of every single day. Moms often worry that if they leave space, they're wasting the trip. But in Greece, space is the experience. How to avoid it? Choose one meaningful activity per day. Let the rest unfold naturally through food, walking, conversations, and rest. Mistake number two is moving too fast between places. Another common mistake is changing locations too often. Ferries, transfers, and packing may sound manageable on paper, but they add up quickly, especially with kids. How to avoid it? Fewer locations, longer stays. That's how families actually feel grounded and how learning sinks in. Mistake number three is underestimating transitions. Transitions are one of the biggest energy drains families underestimate. Airports, ferries, check-ins, time changes. Each one takes more out of kids than we expect. How to avoid it? Plan recovery time after transitions. Not museums, not tours, recovery. Mistake number four is forcing learning moments. This one comes from a good place. Moms want the trip to be educational, so they try to force learning into every experience. But learning sticks best when it's invited, not imposed. How to avoid it? Let curiosity lead. A single question asked at the right moment can be more powerful than an entire worksheet. And mistake number five is planning for the trip you think you should have. The biggest mistake I see is planning a Greece trip based on what looks impressive, instead of what actually supports your family. Comparison steals joy before the trip even begins. How to avoid it? Plan your family's rhythms, not someone else's highlight reel. The families who love their Greece trips the most don't do more, they do less better. They plan with intention, leave room for rest, and trust that meaningful learning happens through presence. Make sure you're watching the World School in Greece playlist in order so this series comes full circle. And if Greece is even a maybe for your family, I put together a free World Schooling travel packet to help you think through logistics and learning. And I'll catch you in the next video.